Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Chris here, and today we are drinking down in the lounge. We are going to be celebrating Canada Day and the 4th of July. So I know this video is going to be out late because it's been really crazy busy. So I wanted to get it recorded, but by the time I get it edited and put out, it's going to be a little after 4th of July. So I apologize for that, but we're going to be drinking some Canadian and some American whiskey to celebrate our two awesome nations. And maybe another video we're going to be celebrating other awesome nations. But today it is Canada Day and 4th of July stuff. So we've got five. We've got four different ones, two from each country, and then one that's kind of a split one. So I'll show you that. It's going to be a little ass backwards for the way we're going to be drinking, because typically you're supposed to be going light to heavy. Well, we're going to be going light to heavy and then down, back down to light. So we'll see what that tastes like at the end, and if it is off, because I've had this before quite a few times. If it's off, I will explain the real kind of taste of it that you would normally, a normal human being would normally get it at if you were to be drinking it first, because this is something you do not want to be drinking after drinking cask strength whiskey, because it is way too light, because it's only 40%. So
I don't want to go home. I'm not done talking to me.
That being said, first one we've got here is from Canada. This is from Canmore, and this is Wildlife Whiskey. My little brother, little Toddy Jensen, and I, we went out and did a booze cruise. We actually went out to Comic-Con, and then we did the booze cruise. And we went out to Canmore and went to Wildlife. Been to Wildlife quite a few times. They're really, really, really great there. And but this was their first sherry cask single malt finish or whiskey here, and it was finished in Pedro Jimenez. Cask is 46.1% ABV, and it is aged a minimum of 4 years for Canadian stuff. The mash bill is 100% Canadian, Alberta Canadian barley, and it is ex bourbon barrel, and is finished in a PX sherry cask. I believe he picked that up in around 2023. I think he got those ones brought in, and it was by kind of a famous place that he got those casks from. But as you can see here, we've also opened it. I had a bunch of people over from our whiskey club a little while ago. I think it was last month. Last month? Yeah, it was last month. It was in June, and it's July now. So the first time we did one here, it was all Lafroig and Carchus. Well, this last one we did was kind of all Canadian, so we got into a bunch of Canadian stuff. We opened this one up. Everyone was kind of interested in checking that out, so we opened this bad boy up, and let's open it up here with you. This was really, really good. Fake cork here is just sawdust and plastic or whatever, but it's good. It's I don't know, it does the job, so who cares. And we're going to be drinking it out of not a Glencairn, but a total awesome Canadian mustard glass from the 1950s. I mean, you can drink your booze out of whatever the hell you want, and I'm going to drink it out of a bad boy mustard glass. Total Canadian way of doing things.
Look at the drink, Ricky. It's one of those old mustard glasses with the diamonds and clubs on it.
Bubs, lay off Jacob, all right?
And a big old East Coast salute to my friends from the East Coast, where these things were invented. So, oh my gosh, yeah, this is really nice. I don't know if you can see the color here or not. Kind of hard to see in the mustard glass, but it is really, really nice. It's got color on it itself is kind of a yellowy, kind of goldy amber kind of color, but fairly light. But man, there's a lot of candied notes coming off of this thing. Red licorice, dried fruits, figs, smoke and vanilla, caramel, but a lot of really cool red licorice, eh? And I haven't had this since we originally opened it up, so it's got some time to open up for us. So we'll see if it's different than what it was when we first opened it and tried it. Man, does this ever smell good? And let's see. If you guys want, I could probably put like some samples together of these whiskeys that we're going to be trying tonight. Once we fill up a little box, I can send it out to you. But just let me know if that's something you guys are into. If it is, great, I'll do it. If not, don't worry about it. But we're just going to be enjoying this bad boy as we go along with it. But this is really, really, really nice stuff. It's yeah, Wildlife is doing good things out there. So if you're out in the Canmore area, go definitely check them out. They'll do distillery tours for you. They got all kinds of stuff there for you to sample and check out. They're on the, if you're going out of Calgary and you're going west, they are on the right hand side, so on the north side of the road. And it is when you first kind of come into Canmore, it's in the industrial area. So if you keep going, you'll get more into where the hotels are. If you get to the hotels, you've gone too far. You just have to come back around and then zoom through the industrial park area. But yeah, I've been to Wildlife quite a few times, and they're very, very, very good. Yeah, this is just really nice. Yeah, there's definitely some spice there. Yeah, this is really nice. Like candied fruits, dried figs, Di Maria sugary notes to it. Maybe some Di Maria sugar. It's definitely sweet. A lot of dried fruit, a lot of red fruit notes to it, and some red licorice notes to this thing. Like, this is really, really nice. Yeah, this is really good. You can taste some of the oak influence to it, so you got some spice. But I think it's this may be a recharred barrel too, because there's definitely some a little bit of, not smoke, but just a little bit of hint of like dark, like kind of mid, like really either heavy milk chocolate or lighter dark chocolate notes to it. And I think you would get that off the rechar of the oak, but I'm not sure how much char they would put on this. I know it's for sure it would be charred, but I'm not sure how far the char they would go. But there is some like light dark chocolate or heavier milk chocolate notes to this as well. Like, it is really nice. Yeah, this is really good. Really, really good. It is definitely opened up. This is that beautiful, beautiful spice on your tongue that opens your palate up. You start salivating right away, and then you're hit with this red fruits, red licorice, figs, like candied fruits, and some chocolate, like milk chocolate or lighter dark chocolate. It is really, really nice. Yeah, and a little bit of smoke in the end there. Yeah, I like that. All right. So that is whiskey number 1 for Canada, because we are July 1st for Canada Day, and then the States is obviously July the 4th. So we are 3 days older than you guys. I'm not sure exactly how old Canada is. I'd have to look. But anyway, we celebrate on July 1st. And I think this here is the Three Sisters on here, because when you look outside the front window of Wildlife, there is the Three Sisters mountain range. And I believe that is the Three Sisters. I never asked them that, but I think that's what that is. So anyway, that is whiskey number 1. And yeah, if you're in Canmore, definitely go get it. This one here is this is at 48%. This is hard to find now. I don't think you can get this in the stores. It's a one and done bottling, and I'm not, how many bottles did they do? Did they say 167? So I got 118 of 167, and bottled on I guess that's November 2020. So anyway, this is Macaloni's Caledonian, and this is the Invermally. And the Invermally edition is special bottling. So they would have like really cool ex-bourbon or sherry casks or red wine casks or something like that. And they're kind of just a one and done. That is it. There's no more ever going to be made. So there was only 167 bottles of these made, and that was it. They are on Vancouver Island. I used to live on Vancouver Island, after university. I moved out. I first started in Nanaimo, and I lived in a basement apartment with my buddy Billy Abraham and Dean Dandino. We all moved in there together on a basement apartment on Commercial Street. And man, was it ever cool. We had a lot of fun there. A lot of really super happy they didn't have video cameras back then on your phones, because it would be, wouldn't be very good. But I was a bartender at a place called Schooner Cove Resort in Nanoose Bay. And I don't believe it exists anymore. I think it's probably all houses there. But anyway, Schooner Cove was just an awesome place to work. Had a lot of fun working there. And then moved up to Courtenay and lived in Courtenay for a bit, and then got a condo between Courtenay and Campbell River. So yeah, it's just an awesome place. But I believe Macaloni's is out of Victoria, I believe. Pretty sure that's where they are, but don't quote me on that. I got to get there someday. I got to get back over to the island. So if anybody's watching this and getting married on Vancouver Island, I do not charge mileage for weddings. So if you're looking for one of the best wedding photographers in Canada, I will come out and shoot your wedding. And I don't charge mileage. Just put me up in a hotel room, and that is good enough. But anyway, let us get at this. We opened this up that same day. In the backyard on the patio. We're all sitting around there smoking cigars, having a great old time, and drinking great Canadian whiskey. And there was quite a few guys who brought different Macaloni's in, and they were pretty blown away. I still had this one here, the Invermally. They're like, holy crap, you know how rare that is? And I'm like, yeah, I've been kind of holding on to it for kind of a special occasion. And this is the special occasion. So I'm really, really, really happy we opened it. And this is really, really good. And you can see here it is ex-bourbon cask. And I know they had a bit of an issue back in the day with some of their ways they were making it, because they were calling it very Scotch name. But the guy who owns Macaloni's is from Scotland. So he kind of named it after himself. But I guess he was doing other things with it, and they did not like that. So I don't know if he won that. I think he won the decision there. So but anyway, this is 48%, I think. Yeah, 48%. And sorry, no, it's 40. Yeah, no, it's 48%. And let's see here. PPM scale is 0. Cask number is 41. Bottle is, like I said, 118 out of 167, and it was bottled November of 2020. I got this bottle when it came out for spirit release. I guess back in 2021 is when it came out. So picked that up for that. And yeah, it's I'm really happy we were able to open this one here, because it is really nice. But we'll see what it's like when we try it now, because it has a chance to open up. So it's been sitting here for about a month. So we'll see what it is like. And it's non-chill filtered, non-colored, just like the Wildlife one was. So let's get this into our mustard glass. These mustard glasses, man, I can't believe I found these things. Like, this is just like, these things are just an absolute treasure to me. I remember being a little kid, and I was at my grandparents out in Bracebridge, Ontario. That's where my mom is from. And my grandparents, they had mustard glasses. They were a little bigger than this. They were taller ones, but they're still mustard glasses that just looked exactly like that. And they also had like a tray, like a round metal tray that was matching this. And I found these things on Marketplace, and there was 13 of them. The guy wanted $10 for the whole thing. So I got in my car and I got there as fast as I freaking could before he sold it to somebody else. And I picked them up, and he just left them on his doorstep. I threw the money in his mailbox in an envelope, and I came home the happiest guy ever, like just so happy. And so I was telling little Toddy, little brother there, little Toddy and little Curdy, about these, and they're like, "Oh my God, is there a chance we can get one of these just to have in our bar to remember our grandparents?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So I gave them one of those. So I've got 11 of these guys left, and these things are just the best.
What are you rocking there? Is that a mustard glass?
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
So anyway, I'm going to go and give this a quick little rinse, get the wildlife out, and then we'll pour the Invermally. So hang on, I'll be right back. Oh, right, we are back. And you can see here this hat. This is from the Montreal Grand Prix, from the Gilles Villeneuve racetrack. I have never been, and I found this at the Bay, and they had it on sale there around, I guess, Formula One a couple of years ago. I have to get to Formula One race, guys. That's something I've got to do. I've got to get over to Formula One. I want to go to Montreal first, and then maybe go hit a European one or something like that. And I want to go to Le Mans and the Mille Miglia, so I got to check those out. And maybe even, I've never been in NASCAR. Never really got into NASCAR at all, but hey, you know, racing is racing. I'll do that. But I have seen Indy racing, because I used to fly medevacs into city center in Edmonton, so we would see those guys running around there every now and then. So that was really kind of cool. But anyway, let's get into this. Oh yeah, the watch is my Omega coaxial. Yeah, let's get into this. This is of real cork too. These are Portuguese red wine barriques, and that it was finished in. So really, really, really nice color. You can kind of see the color on that there as well. It's kind of a nice, kind of light goldy, ambery kind of color to it. And let's see what this one is like. Oh wow! Wow, that is really nice. Yeah, a lot of like, kind of like the wildlife one. A lot of red fruits. Nutmeg, walnuts, maybe to this one here a little bit, like some nutty notes to it. I don't know, maybe not walnuts, but some nutty notes to it. Some definitely red fruits, dried fruits as well. Like really fresh red apples, but like dried cranberries and figs as well at the same time. Man, does that ever smell good. Oh, wow. Wow, that is really nice. There's some smoke on this here, too. I think it's because it was like, oh my gosh, is that ever good? Yeah, there's a touch of smoke on the finish, because I think it's fairly heavily recharred ex-bourbon casks. Man, is that ever nice. The LC had, oh my God, is that ever, oh gosh, that is really, 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 really good. There might even be some pear notes to this as well, like on the finish. Definitely milk chocolate, powdery milk chocolate, like some nutty notes to this one here, some spice, but not like the wildlife spice, but just a little tiny bit. But boy, is this ever good. Yeah, the LC, they brought out, I guess they did a big Canadian run here for like a limited Canadian run. So I was shooting a wedding that day, so I couldn't get to it. But my buddy Ryan, he went out and picked me up a bottle of the Macalonis, and it's the peat project. So I'm getting a peated one, so I can't wait to try that one out and share it with you guys as well. So looking forward to getting that next time I see Ryan. So appreciate that, Ryan. Thanks, man. Look, we've got the best guys and girls in our whiskey club. Man, is that ever good? Jesus Christ. Anyway, yeah, we got like the best people in our whiskey club. They're there to help you out no matter what. They're picking stuff up. Adrian grabbed me 2 more really great bottles of Ardent. He got me one that was really hard to get, and then he got me the inaugural Ardent bottle from the distillery, and then another one, I forget which one that was. But so anyway, I got 3 really cool bottles of Ardent. I got 2 coming. I haven't seen Adrian yet. I guess I can go pick them up kind of anytime. It's just trying to fit around our schedules, but well, I'll see him when I see him, kind of thing. But so yeah, it's just really great people in our whiskey club, and like I said, we're always looking out for each other. We're always picking stuff up if you can't get to it. So but man, is this ever good. I'm really happy we opened this one up when we did at our Canadian whiskey hangout at my place, because this is just incredible. This has been sitting here for like 5 years, and so I'm really happy we had a chance to open it. But I don't like opening bottles just for the sake of opening them. I want to have a story behind them, and I want to share them with friends, you know. And what better way of sharing these really cool bottles is with these really great friends of mine in our whiskey club, people that would truly appreciate it. And now I get to sit here and have this anytime I want, but I'll definitely make sure I share it with you guys. So let me know if this is, like I said, if this is something you guys would like. I can dram out some samples and send them out to a lucky subscriber if that's something you guys want. So just leave that in the description below if that's something you guys are interested in. I can certainly 100% do that for you guys, and we'll fill up a little box and get it out to one of the subscribers. It's just a really nice light finish. Like it's not like super crazy heavy, but it's got a tiny little bit of spice on the finish. It kind of tells a story all the way through the tasting of this whiskey. Like it is so good. Like there's chocolate, there's berries, there's ripe fruits, there's dried fruits, there's some spice, there's some vanilla, some creme brulee notes to this one. It is really good, and just hardly any, like 167 bottles made of this worldwide. It was a one and done. You know, they didn't you know, come out a whole bunch of different casks and then make a whole bunch of them. This was really only 167 bottles of this, and that was it. Man, is that ever nice. That is really good. So yeah, super happy I picked that one up years and years ago, and really happy you guys wanted to open it up at our whiskey night. So we are going to the American side. So we've just celebrated Canada Day. I don't want to make this video too long on y'all. So yeah, so we had Wildlife here from out of Canmore, Sherry Oak cask, and then we had Macalonis in Vermali, Portuguese ex-red wine, heavily charred cask, both ex-bourbon barrels. So let's go to this one here. This is really good, like really good. This came out, I believe this one came out in 2022. Yeah, 2022. It was an MLCC barrel pick, so I guess they went down. and picked it out, and it was especially the barrel was chosen by the Manitoba Liquor Commission. So so they do that quite often, and they do a really great job. My cousin, actually, Krista, she went down, I think it was 2 years ago or last year, whatever the hell it was. Anyway, she went down there with Blanton's and picked out, Blanton's. It was, it was Blanton's, was it? Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna check this out. So, so my cousin Krista, she works with Dan Duran, and she and her crew went down and down into Blanton's, and they represent. I guess they represent Blanton's in their portfolio. And anyway, the barrel she chose was the one the MLCC went with, and I was able to try it at this year's Whiskey Fest because I got lucky enough to pour there. And anyway, I got lucky enough to try that, and I picked up a bottle of it. And man, is that ever good. Like, it is really seriously good. I'm not just saying it because my cousin picked it out. It is a very, very, very good bottle. So the MLCC has a very good track record of picking out really good barrels for the Liquor Commission and for us to be able to get for spirit release, and this was no exception. This is the 1792 full proof, picked out by the Manitoba Liquor Commission. You can see there. This is a very good bottle. I've never had full proof that wasn't picked out by the Manitoba Liquor Commission. So I don't have a whole lot of experience trying other barrel picks from other stores or liquor commissions or companies, or even just the regular 1792. But this is very, 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 very good. So let's get this into the bottle, and it is 62.5% ABV, so a little higher than 48 and a little higher than 46%. So we are going up in value, but then we're going to be doing a deep dive down to 40%, like the lowest percentage at the end of this video. So we're going to see what it tastes like. If it doesn't taste like I'm normally used to taste, I'll give you what it normally tastes like, but it's very, very good. So anyway, let's get this into the bottle, into the glass, and this is really good. The first time I tried this, because I've had this for a while, and I hadn't opened it up, and then we opened it up at, when we did the Lafroig night. A bunch of us were down here in the basement with the Whiskey Club, and the guys were like, "Oh, can we open that?" And I'm like, "Yep, totally can." And let's get that, because I really kind of wanted to try it as well. But the first time I ever really tried it, I was over at my buddy Ryan's place. Same guy who picked up the Macalonis for me. And he's a big, huge bourbon guy, like massive bourbon guy. He has a lot of bourbon knowledge and just loves bourbon. So I went over there, buddy Henry and I went over and hung out with Ryan, and man, it was a great night. It was so much fun, and I got to try a lot of really cool things. And we did it blind, and I didn't get a goddamn thing right. Now, and I thought I was pretty good at like blind tasting. This is the second blind tasting I've done. We did one with our Whiskey Club. Didn't get anything right. Did one at Ryan's. Didn't get anything right. Enjoyed it, but didn't get any of it right. Pretty good with wine. But you'd think I'd be good with whiskey with blind tastings, but I kind of suck. I've got to get my game up, so I'm gonna have to. I've never practiced it, so.
A hobby like mine, Bubs.
Hobby? What's your hobby, right?
Drinking.
If I'm gonna go after my WSETs or my sommelier at some point, I don't know if I'll ever do it or not. If I do, it'll just be for my own knowledge and not something that I would do. But maybe I'll do a video of me going through the W sets or the Somm or something like that at some point. So it's always something that's kind of I've been interested in, because I've been into wine since I was like 18. I've been studying the Somm exams, studying everything like that, just for personal knowledge. And friends of mine that are into wine as well, like, man, you've got a lot of wine knowledge. and you know, and whiskey knowledge, but a lot of wine knowledge. I'm like, you should go and get your somm, become a sommelier. I'm like, I'm a pilot, you know, it's not what I do for a living. And they said, well, just do it for your own knowledge. It's a lot of work, but I think it'd be something really cool and something really, really interesting. So if I do it, I'll probably start with the W sets and then kind of work my way up there, and I'll see if I want to go for become a sommelier or not, and then challenge the exam for that. So we'll see. And I know Krista and I were talking about it the other day when I was shooting their headshots. So she's like, "Oh man, you should just go ahead and do it." Like, man, it would be fun. Like, I'll probably do that. And if I do that, I'll obviously do a video here for you guys and run through what it's like going through that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is, oh my god, this is ever good. And you can see here the color on it, like that. It's really, really dark. Obviously, it's not chill filtered, and you can see it's obviously not colored as well. So, just really, spectacular. Spice, dried fruits, figs, nutty notes, earth notes to it. A little bit of smoke, but I think that's because of the very heavily charred barrels that they use, and even a little bit of funk to it, eh? Like, kind of got a little bit of funky notes to it, but there's some of this. What is that? I probably shouldn't be like swirling it around like this, because I'll get hit in the face with 62% alcohol. All I'll smell is alcohol, but it's going to give it a little bit of a... There is definitely a little funky note to this, but I believe it's part of the mash bill and the cask that they use. Like, it smells like a candy that I smelled when I was a kid. Is that Starburst? It smells like red Starburst candy. Mixed in with like dried fruits and raisins and nuts and earthy notes, and yeah. That's really cool. Anyway, 1792, obviously it was named after when Kentucky became a state. They separated from Virginia in 1792 and became its own state, and it's owned by Sazerac. So, man, there's a funky note to it with a bit of smoke and a lot of dried fruits, but I think that little funky note it's mixing in with the earthy tones, like notes to it. I think that's it smells like
Victory!
like Starburst candy. I haven't smelled Starburst candy in years, but I definitely know what that smells like. That's really cool. I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Their mash bill is very, very, very undisclosed, so they're not going to tell you what's in the mash bill, but I would imagine it's probably like 75% corn, 18% rye, and then 8% barley or something like that, like malted barley, something like that. It's a typical bourbon, right? So, but let's try it out here and see what we think of it. Oh, is that ever good? Oh my God. Oh. Yeah, that is really nice. Your mouth just opens wide open. Like, there's no burn really going down, even though it's like, what did I say, 62.5%. There's no real burn, just a lot of, like, your palate's just like explodes open. Definitely some sweetness with the corn, some spicy notes with the rye, but a lot of sweetness with that corn. But man, it's like candied fruits, like crazy, like Starburst candy fruits. Like it's sweet, but it's not like overly sickening sweet. It is very nice. It's very complex, very earthy, some smoky notes to it. It is that is very good. It has opened up really nicely since we opened it up. Like you can see, we haven't gotten too far into it, but it was enough to really open the whiskey up. And I've been wanting to get at that one for a while, so I'm really happy we opened that up in was it April or May? I don't know. It was something like that. But it's excellent. I don't think it needs water on it, but I'm going to try some with water. I don't think I've ever tried it with water. I'm just going to try another one here. I think it's just excellent on its own. But for science, man, is that ever good. Jesus. Oh, it's just the flavors. It's just, the finish just goes on and on and on and on. It's like earthy notes, some spice, and then it just dries out in the end. But it's the drying, earthy notes with the like dried figs and candied fruits, but dried candy fruits, like a dried, not a cranberry, but like a dried, I don't know, strawberry or dried cherry or something. There's definitely some cherry notes to there as well. Like it is really, really good. I'm gonna add 2 drops of water to this, and I'm going to use this awesome water dropper here from Truth Malters. And if you've been watching my videos, and you should be watching my videos, we have been doing some reviews of Kavalan, and there's going to be a lot more to come because I've got a lot more Kavalan to open. We've reviewed all the Kavalan so far that I've got open, so I'm probably going to have to start opening Kavalan on my own. Not something that I normally do with on my own with opening bottles, but I want to get Kavalan samples out to you and swag, and this is in one of the swag giveaways already. That's going to come with a 2-ounce sample bottle of Kavalan, and we've done 4 so far, so there's going to be 4 2-ounce samples of Kavalans. We did the Vino Barrique, the Soloist, the ex-Bourbon Soloist, we did the Lan, and we did the King Car Conductor, and each one comes with swag. So we'll continue with the swag until we run out, or if we run out of Kavalan before the swag, I think we'll run out of swag before the Kavalan, because I got a lot of Kavalan. But anyway, you're going to get everything that Bill gave me for giveaway for swag, so what Truth Malters gave me. So this is definitely in it, and it is awesome. You can just judge exactly how much water you want in it, and we're going to put 2 little drops, 1, 2 in there, and let that sort itself out in this awesome bourbon. But this is super cool, and you guys are going to get that in one of my giveaways. So make sure you guys check out my Truth Malters Kavalan. It's a Pokemon hunting, or Kavalan hunting, because Kavalan and Pokemon sound a lot alike. So we are Kavalan hunting Kavalan. So anyway, so we're going to be doing a lot of those giveaways. So check that out, and for a chance to win that, all you gotta do is like and subscribe to this channel. Like and follow me over at Whiskey, Cigars, and Bond on Instagram, and then like and follow Truth Malters on Instagram. So those are the 3 prerequisites. I'll be checking that, and the winner is going to win a shit ton. Like, I mean a shit ton of swag and a shit ton of Kavalan 2-ounce samples. It's like, if you were to go and buy that stuff, even just the booze, you're looking at thousands of dollars, a couple $1,000. So you're going to get free Kavalan, which is incredible Taiwanese whiskey, and free Truth Malter swag. So that's a good giveaway. So check that out. So I put, oh my gosh, that's changed. Even just with 2 little drops. That has changed dramatically. The sweetness, the corn sweetness is coming out like that. that Starburst candy is just like crazy. It's like it's smacking you around the face even before you get your nose into this mustard glass. And a lot of milk chocolate notes to this now. Still a lot of dried fruits, but more ripe fruits coming out of this. Like there's pears, red apples, Starburst candy or red licorice, like dried figs. That funkiness is not as much there as it was when it was neat. It's very different. I've never tried this with water, so let's try this. Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's really good. So the spicy notes is still there. Like I think it's even gotten spicier. Like my tongue, the tip of my tongue is just like tingling. It's like the dancing little bourbon guys are dancing around. The 1792 guys are like going da 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 on the tip of your tongue. It's just like alive, and your palate is just going crazy. Like your mouth is just watering, but it is like red licorice and Starburst candies and spice and dried cranberries, dried figs, dried dried fruits, and a toasted macadamia nuts. It is really good. That is. I wouldn't want to put any more water on here. Like 2 drops on, not very much. I mean, there's more here before I drank it, but 2 drops I think was all it needed really to kind of open it up a bit more. I mean, it's probably diluted it down from 62.5% to 60% or 59.5%, but it did make a bit of a difference. But man, it's great neat, and it's great with a couple drops of water. I wouldn't dilute it more than that. I think it would make it bitter if you were to dilute it down more than a few drops of water. But man, is that ever nice.
Mr. Lee, is this you talking or the liquor?
Randy. I am the liquor.
Jesus, I could sit here and day drink that all day long, but 62.5%, I'd probably pass out and piss myself. So
Looks like you pissed yourself, bud.
You pissed yourself too, Mr. Lee.
Not again.
nobody really needs to see that. But that is really good. That is really nice. No, might have some after, but we got to get on to the next one, or we're going to be here too long. And yeah, the next one is awesome. I bought this at Spirit Release a couple years ago, probably 3 years ago, and there was two really good friends of mine from my whiskey club, Joel and Alex, and we were hanging out online, just virtual online, and we're having drinks, sitting around having drinks at night, and just had the best time. And then Alex was drinking this particular bourbon, and then Joel and I, we both had the same bourbon, and we're like, let's all three of us have the same bourbon. And Alex had cracked his that night while we were just hanging out drinking virtually. And man, it's just so much fun just hanging out with him. These really, I can't say enough great things about the Manitoba Spirits Society. Like, if you guys are in town, you guys got to come up to some of our meetings and just come and hang out and meet these guys. They're just awesome. And sometimes I do like impromptu ones here with our whiskey club, and you guys are always welcome to that as well. But they're just so great. But anyway, so Alex had cracked his, and then Joel's like, hey, both him and I ran off. Like, we got the same one. They're like, let's open them together. So we all cracked them together, and it was just so much fun. And this is a really, 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 really great whiskey, and we were all kind of blown away how good it was. and it is a Manitoba Liquor Mart barrel pick again. So they're very good at picking these really great barrels. Like, I will give them that. Whoever's picking these barrels are doing like an A++ to 1,000 good job of these barrel picks, because I don't think I've ever had a Manitoba Liquor Mart barrel pick that wasn't beyond spectacular. So they definitely do a good job. But this is a cask strength. It is, let's see what it says here. Barrel number 1, floor number 2, 66.15% ABV, or 132.3% proof. Single barrel, and it is the Old Forester single barrel, the blue label. And man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, is this ever good. This is just really good. So let's
Julian!
get this into, oh my God, is that ever, whew, boy, does that ever smell good. So pour like that in there. You can see look at that beautiful color on that, eh? Like, that is just super dark and like blood red, amber, and awesomeness, and it's just good. So, oh my goodness. And when you, I'm gonna do a video here on how to kind of properly taste whiskey at some point. I know my buddy Keith is like, Chris, you got to do one of those videos, because he didn't know any of this kind of stuff. But when you smell whiskey, don't just like smell just with your nose. Don't go like that. You'll smell it, but you're not going to get everything in. You want to keep your mouth open just slightly, not like wide open and you look like some idiot, but just slightly open, because as you breathe in through your nose, you're also breathing in through your mouth, and your palate and your sense of smell is up in here too. So your sinus is up in here. You're going to get through your nose and up in your mouth, and you're going to get more. You're going to get a whole lot more if you do it that way, instead of just breathing through your nose. Like, if you're at home and you're drinking, or next time you have a drink, try it just like breathing through your nose, and then just open your mouth just slightly, and then do the same thing again. And it is like a world of difference. Like, it's not even just a little bit, it is a massive amount of difference. So I'll probably do a Whiskey 101 video. So I'm going to put something like that together for you guys. But man, is this ever good. Wow. And this has really opened up nicely since I opened it. Like, I remember what it smelled like when I opened it, and this is really, really, really nice. Yeah, this is just absolutely amazing. There's like notes of like cocoa, dried fruits, some spice, earth, maybe some red licorice even. This is just really, really, really good. Old Forester, it was George Garvin Brown. He was the guy who started Old Forester. He was a pharmaceutical rep during before he started distilling. And Old Forester is the only distillery still being produced in the same spot as it was before Prohibition and after Prohibition. And it was named after his buddy, Dr. William Forester. So Dr. William Forester, he was, during Prohibition, Old Forester, was being bottled in sealed glass bottles. So, and George Garvin Brown, he, like I said, he was a pharmaceutical rep at the, before he started making whiskey. So he started putting in these sealed glass bottles during Prohibition, from his pharmaceutical times, saying, it preserves freshness and it preserves integrity, and it keeps it safe and clean. But it's also for medicinal purposes. You can't get sick because it's coming out of a glass bottle and it's sealed. So Dr. William Forster said, and he was a physician, said, "Yeah, this is great. This is. I will put my stamp of approval on this and say that this is for medicinal purposes. And because it's in a glass bottle, it's safe and it's sealed." And so they were the first ones to start putting them in sealed glass bottles. And so George Garvin Brown was so happy with his great pal, Dr. William Forster, that he called and named this whiskey Old Forester after his doctor friend who was helping him through Prohibition and ensuring and telling the authorities that this is for medicinal purposes only.
Propane. Time to start the game. Propane.
Leahy, you're peeing yourself.
Propane.
And so that's how you get, that's how the name Old Forester came about. But Old Forester's very, very good. I've got some 1920 Prohibition here that we've tried before. I don't know if I did a video on that, but if I haven't, we'll do a video on it. And then a good buddy of mine in our whiskey club left me, I don't know, about that much of the 1910 here when we did our Lefroy night. So he left a few, a couple of people left some bottle heels here for me to try to review. So it's just, that's the kind of people we have in our whiskey club. They're just the best. They are honestly the best. So now let's try this Old Forester here, this single barrel. Gosh, this smells great. Oh my gosh. Wow. Smooth. It is really good. Like, your tongue is just opening up with spice, like really spicy, and it's just, you're salivating. But it's some dried fruits that are just kind of going down the sides of your tongue, like as a drying note. I'm pretty sure it's probably the heavy alcohol, but it's not anesthetizing your tongue. Like, you're not, like, your senses aren't being like dulled by the heavy alcohol notes to it. Like, it is just really nice. There's a lot of dried fruits that are coming out of this. There's some notes of like creme brulee, candied dried fruits, some nutty notes to it. It is very, very, very nice. Like, this is very, very good. I'm just gonna try one more sip, and then we'll put some water on it just for the fun of it. I don't remember putting water on it when Joel and Alex and I were trying it virtually that night. It was so good. I don't think you really needed any on it because this is just really, really nice. But I mean, it's 60. What did I say? 66.15%. So it's up there. Like, it is definitely up there. But it is really good, neat, and it honestly, I don't think you really need to put water on this one, but for science, we're going to put some water on it just for the fun of it. But I'm going to try one more here just on its own. God damn, is that ever good? I should have bought another 5 bottles of this because this is just really, really, really nice stuff. Your tongue just comes alive. Like, you're just salivating. Like, it's so good. And the flavors, it's such a long finish of dried fruits, milk chocolate, like toasted walnuts. Like that's it. That's that drying note, is those toasted walnuts. Some earthy notes, a little bit of smoke, but I think it's because of the char on the in the barrel. But it's not really. It's got a little bit of smoke, but attached to it is like some dark like chocolate, like 90% cocoa dark chocolate, and I believe that's because of the charred bourbon barrels that they're using. But let's try it here with some water. We'll put 1, 2, 3. We'll try 3 drops on that one, just for shits and giggles. Gonna give it a quick little swirl, let it sit for a second or two for the alcohol to come off, because 66%. So even with those 3 little drops of water on something like that, it's probably only diluted it down to maybe 60%, maybe 62%. So it's still pretty heavily alcohol. So to swirl it around like this, all you're gonna do is just get smacked in the face with massive amount of alcohol. So we'll just kind of let it sit here, let it dissipate, maybe just gently swirl it here to kind of coat the sides of the glass and let it breathe a bit. And oh wow, that has changed. There's vanilla notes to this now, caramel, toasted walnut, candied dried candied fruit, and some vanilla from the yeah, definitely vanilla, like whipped vanilla, and that's from the oak cask that they use. Try it on a palate here and see what we think of it. Well, it's still a little spicy. Not like before. It's calmed down. The flavors aren't as intense. Like, it's good. But you're not getting those, like, smack you in the face, like cherries and dried figs and earth and like dark chocolate and like heavy caramel notes to it. You're not getting that with the water. I think it dulls it down. Like, I prefer it neat, even at 66%. I prefer this one neat. I think it's just better without any water in it. I mean, and even those 3 tiny little drops probably brought it down from 66% down to 60%, maybe high 50s. It's still a little bit of spice there. Nothing like it was before. Like before, it was just like your tongue was not on fire by any stretch, but it was spicy, like really spicy, but like those cinnamon heart spices, but not like, when you eat one of those candied cinnamon hearts at Valentine's, it's like that, but it doesn't have the sweetness to it. It's just got that spice, how your tongue opens up, but without the candied sweetness. It's just that spicy when you crunch into it and you bite into it. You don't like suck it and let it kind of melt in your mouth. You just throw like a handful in there and and it's like, whoa, hey, what the hell's going on here in my tongue? It's like that. With the water, it's still spicy, but not like it was. And I like it the way it was before. I like that really nice spice, and your whole palate's opening up, and you're just salivating like crazy, like our pug Charlie when he sees you having supper there or having a hamburger or something like that, and it's just this massive puddle of pug drool in front of you on the floor. That's what this does to your tongue. That makes you drool like a pug. But it's good. It's good. But I do prefer it neat. But that was really good. So anyway, now we are going to now be taking part of Canada and part of the States, and we're going to join it together, and we're going to make an awesome whiskey. And it's owned by Sazerac, but it's distilled in Canada. I believe it's a kind of a secret distillery. It's in northern Alberta, and I'm thinking it's from Peace River, but don't quote me on that. But it is definitely from Canada, and believe it is northern Alberta. But it's a very, very secret. And then they take that whiskey, and they send it down to Buffalo Trace, and it is bottled there. That's all they do. They just do the bottling. It's made, distilled, aged in Canada, and it's just bottled in the States. And down same place they do blends. But it is really, really good whiskey. It is a rare whiskey pretty much in any province but Manitoba for some reason. Manitoba, we can seem to get it, but I think because it's about $100 a bottle, and it's only 40%, and Manitobans being very cheap, especially Winnipeggers, we don't want to spend that kind of money on a bottle. But it is very good and it's worth it. But Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Ontario, anywhere else, it's literally impossible to find. What they do is they take these bottles and they only make them once a year. They produce it only once a year, and it's in the fall, and they send it down to Buffalo Trace, down to Blanton's, and they bottle it for them. And they'll take 200,000 barrels, and they'll sample from the best of the 200,000, and then they'll put it together. And it was considered at the time Canada's very first single barrel. It's probably not the case anymore because we got some single barrels here, and but it was at the time Canada's very first single barrel. So each bottle that came from a different barrel will taste a little bit differently. So the master distiller goes out and he samples the best of the 200,000 barrels that they have at their disposal, and he says, okay, this barrel here is the best. We're gonna make a bottle of this, and we're only gonna do it once a year, and it's only done in the fall, and it's a single barrel, so each one's gonna taste a little different. The whiskey is aged from 10 to 12 years. We're going to make it, we're going to distill it, and then we're going to send it down to Buffalo Trace. They're going to bottle it, and they're going to send it back to us. And it's owned by Sazerac. It has 2 different tops to it as well. So if you do get this bottle, make sure you open up the box and you take a look at it, because there's one very good top to it and one really shitty top to it. And it would be good if on any other time the shitty one would be good and people would like it. But because they offer a different one that is so much better and it's bigger, like this one here is like a little tiny thing about this big, but this one here is like that and like this. It's much, much better. And the name itself, you're going to want that topper. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go get my Blanton's bottle, and then I will show you the very similarities between the two of them. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. So here is the Blanton's. We all know Blanton's. We all love Blanton's. Blanton's is awesome, and you can see the texture at the top of the bottle here, and this is the Kentucky Derby. And if you don't know Blanton's, each bottle has a letter on it. I don't know if you can see that one there or not, but this is the Kentucky Derby. So it spells Blanton's. So each one of these little letters here, what you do is you want to spell Blanton's on it. So and the little horse kind of goes like this. So each bottle top will be a little different for each of the letters. And like I said, it's spelled Blanton's. And then you send it off to Blanton's, and they'll put it on a barrel, like a stave from the barrel. And it'll have Blanton's on it, and they'll send it back to you. So it's really, really cool. And what I wish, and if Sazerac is listening, what you got to do, because I lived in the north, and I lived where these animals are from, and I have seen them many, 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 many times, thousands of times, especially during their migration. They will do the same kind of thing as the Blantons. You can have it doing this, but they're going through the river on the migration, so they're like splashing and jumping and stuff like that. How freaking cool would that be? And you could sell a lot more bottles by doing that with the different bottle toppers. Get rid of the Canadian flag is awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, if it was anything else but what we're going to be looking at, the Canadian flag on the top would be amazing for any other bottle. So like Wildlife or anybody else, if you guys are doing stuff or any other bottling or whatever, some Canadian company should come out with a cool Canadian flag bottle top. That would be awesome. Anyone but this one, because this is Caribou Crossing, and it needs to be the Caribou, not a little tiny Canadian flag that comes up to like this, like about this high as the back of the Caribou, and it's super thin and it looks like shit. You want the Caribou. Like, this is freaking awesome. And you can see the texture on the top of the Blantons to the top of the Caribou Crossing, because it's bottled in the same place. But if you had this, like, you got Blantons here and you got the little horsey going through the Kentucky Derby, and it spells Blantons. What you need here is something that just sells Caribou, and have the Caribou on its migrational tour and jumping through the rivers and going through the tundra. And if these things moved here and you had a letter on the Caribou, people would collect that, and you would sell a lot more Caribou Crossing than you do now, because people like to collect shit. Talk to my little brother Toddy Jensen. He likes to collect stuff, and I would totally be collecting this. These are $100 a bottle here in Manitoba, but if I had something that had to spell Caribou and these things moved around, you're goddamn right, I'm gonna go buy every one of these things, especially the fact that I lived up north and I saw these things all the time out of Resolute Bay, out of Iqaluit, out of Baker's Lake, out of Yellowknife. Every place that I lived in the north, I saw these beautiful animals in this Caribou Crossing here. And you can see it's very kind of like the same kind of bottle as something rock. I forget what the hell it's called. But anyway, it's the same kind of bottle texture to that, like shape of that, but it's got Caribou Crossing to it. And give me 1 second here. God damn it, I'll be right back.
Come on.
Ask me. Go ahead, ask me if I care.
All right. Do you care, Jim?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, ask me.
I just asked you.
What?
So this little guy here, you can see here, this is a cool little sticker here, and it is Caribou with the Northern Lights behind it. And I've seen this hundreds, if not thousands of times. Northern Lights. I lived in the Arctic for many, many, many years. Flew out of the north, probably 21 years that I flew airplanes as a pilot. I spent 12 or 13 years? 12 or 13 years anyway, in the north. I was a paramedical pilot, I was a bush pilot, northern pilot, and I did some corporate flying out of Calgary. But anyway, I saw the north a lot, and I got to see Northern Lights tons and tons of times. I got to see lots of caribou and lots of animals and polar bears and stuff like that. But if they took the page out of what Kilchoman is doing, Kilchoman's doing it right. This would come off as like a little, like not just a shitty little sticker. Like this is I guess the sticker would come off, but it's kind of cheap. What you want to do is have like a little metallic coin, make this into a coin, that's glowing like that as well. And this will become collectible. So people are going to want to collect this. So Sazerac, pay attention. Get rid of the sticker. Look at Kilchoman. Get the coin that sticks onto there. That's still glowing like this, because people are going to want to take that off. And then you could do like collect the different coins and stuff of the Northern Lights, and maybe each different ones you may want to put out with, because the Northern Lights, they'll change. So they'll be blue, they'll be purple, they'll be pink, they'll be green, they'll be all different colors depending on what kind of like element is hitting it. Like oxygen has got one color, phosphorus has a different color, whatever, carbon dioxide has a different color, whatever. And that's how these Northern Lights change their color. So they could do that. So they could have like a pink and yellow and blue and green, all different colors. And you can collect those coins on your Caribou Crossing. And then have this caribou, and have caribou, you could spell caribou, and it's the migration of the caribou. So you're having the caribou migrate across the Arctic and jumping through the rivers and stuff like that. I'm telling you, people collect this, and you sell probably, what is it, caribou, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll sell 7 times more whiskey if you did that. So you should do that. And then send me some bottles, or send me something for the idea. But anyway, you should do that. It's a great idea. It's not going to cost you very much more, and people will buy this stuff, because Caribou Crossing is very, very hard to find. Like I said, they do it once a year, and it is single barrel, and it is awesome, and it's very hard to find, especially in Canada. But in Winnipeg, for some reason, we can find it. But it's about $100. But it's really good. But it's only 40% alcohol by volume. But this is excellent. So how we've kind of done the tasting is kind of the ass backwards way you want to do. Everything was heavier than 40%. And now we're finishing off with the absolute lightest. So if this is off by any... Oh, shit. Yeah, if this is off by any stretch of the imagination, I'll tell you exactly what it tastes like. But anyway, so Caribou Crossing comes like this. This is what the bottle looks like, and this is what the little caribou looks like. This is the box. Comes in, tells you all the story about the caribou, cool little Northern Lights thing on it. Like, they did a good job of the packaging, and the branding is all really, really awesome. And then it comes in a little Caribou Crossing blue bag. So there you go, right there. So that is really cool. I got to pour this at Whiskey Fest this year for my cousin, Krista, who's freaking awesome, and all the dram friends of mine who have become really good friends of mine. And so anyway, I got to pour that at my booth, and it was really, really cool. And this is the bottle of Blandons, and this is our family bottle of Blandons, because my cousin Krista was the one who picked this barrel out for the MLCC this year. So it's kind of like the family bottle. So I was lucky enough to get a bottle of it. Sold out super fast. And then with the whole tariffs and stuff, the LC said, well, we're not going to sell any more American booze, which is freaking ridiculous, because we paid for it already and we can't get it. But it's just dumb, because I would have got 2 bottles of this if I could have got it. But anyway, this is the bottle, the box, and this is the bag. So it comes with the same kind of bag Caribou Crossing comes with, except for Blanton's is brown and Caribou Crossings is blue, that are branded. So great idea with this, with Caribou Crossing with Sazerac. Good job with that. Excellent job with the branding and marketing of the box and stuff. But what Blanton's is killing it is they have the letters, and they have the run of the Kentucky Derby. So if you guys went ahead and did the Caribou Crossing, go with what Kilchoman's doing. Put a coin on there, like a metal coin with the Northern Lights in the back. Exactly same thing. Just make that a metal coin. And then have this spell caribou and have its migration through the tundra. And if you wanted to, and you were to say, well, hey, for every bottle that we sell, we're going to put a little bit back into the Arctic, you know, saving the Arctic kind of thing. You could do something like that if you wanted to, and make it a feel-good thing for people who are just liking booze, and they're like, well, dear, I needed to buy 4 more bottles of Caribou Crossing because I need to complete the collection and the letters, but I'm saving the Arctic by drinking Caribou Crossing. They might go for that too. But anyway, let's get this bad. God, it smells so good. We opened this up at the Canadian night with my whiskey club, and they were all super excited and jazzed about trying this because a lot of them haven't tried it before because it's really hard to find. So we opened it up and we tried it, and they went literally batshit crazy. Everybody here had some. They're like, I've never had Caribou Crossing before, or I've had it, but I haven't had it in years, and holy shitballs, is ever good. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And then we're all talking about this idea that I had, and I told them about it, and they're like, that'd be an awesome idea. And I'm like, tell me about it. And they're like, you should tell Sazerac. And I said, well, I am already. I'm going to tell him that, and I'm going to do a video on it. And I said, make sure you do. So I did, and I did. So there you go. But this is really nice stuff. And like I said, it's 10 to 12 years old. Like, it's not just a 4-year-old whiskey, the minimum age for Canadian whiskey or bourbon or whatever. These are 10 to 12-year-old bottles, barrels in this whiskey. But you think they would proof it up a little higher for some reason. You'd think that they would do that, but I don't know. It's 40%. But it's really nice. It's got a nice smell to it. A lot of vanilla, caramel, a little bit of dried fruit. Maybe a bit of some dried fruit notes to it, caramel, vanilla notes. Some fruity notes to it as well, like plum, maybe some strawberry notes. Yeah, something like that. It's really nice smell though to it. Like, I really like the nose on this. And when I was pouring it for Whiskey Fest, people, like, I mean, it's not crazy expensive, but it's not a cheap bottle. But people love this, and they were asking, they're like, oh, when you're done with the bottle, you don't think we can have it? They're like, no, we got to give it back. Well, we didn't have to give it back. My cohort, Brian, super great guy, he works for the LC. He asked, he says, oh, well, I know this is kind of your gig here, but you know, I'd really like to take this topper home and this bag here. You know, my daughter really, she plays Dungeons and Dragons and everything. And I said, you know what, buddy, Brian, if we get this done, and I'm sure we're gonna go through a bottle, you take the bag and the bottle and everything like that home with you. And he goes, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I got a bottle at home, so don't worry about it. And he's like, oh, thanks, man, you're the best. And I'm like, yeah, totally, man, it's all yours. And then we opened this up, we finished it off, opened a second one, and he's like, oh my God, this is just so good. And then he was eyeing up the second bag, and I said, I think you should probably take that one home with you too. And he's like, well, no, that one's yours. And I said, I already got a bottle at home, man, don't worry about it. I can take the bag off this any day of the week that I want. And he goes, well, I'd really like to have a bag of my own. And then my daughter and I would have the same bag, and we'd play Dungeons and Dragons with it, with our dice. And I'm like, it's all yours, pal. And we tried like hell to go through the second bottle, and we almost did. We got down to about this much. But everybody was loving this stuff, and for a very good reason, because this is really good whiskey. But it is a Canadian-American partnership. And they came out with an awesome whiskey. So it's made and distilled, like I said, in Canada, and it's bottled down where they do Blanton's. And the topper is just so freaking cool, and the bottle is really good. I think This is Rock something or whatever the bottle shape is. It's another bourbon. I forget what the hell it's called. Once I figure it out, I'll put it in the description below if I can figure it out by then. But it's a cool shaped bottle. But yeah, the nose on it, like, and you can see here the color as well. Like, it's a really kind of a dark gold, light amber kind of color to it. Yeah, just really fruity notes, caramel, creme brulee, caramel, vanilla, maybe a little bit of milk chocolate. And oh my God, yeah. I had some water in between. I had kind of cleanse the palate between the last one and this one. Yeah, this is what it tastes like. It's so freaking good. Like, there's like whipped creamy vanilla notes to it, creme brulee, like toasted burnt edges to the creme brulee, melted like creamy caramel notes to it, candied fruit, a little bit of spice. Man, this is just, it's so good, and it's so smooth. There's no burn, there's no nothing. It's kind of tiny little bit of spice, but it is just, it is so smooth. Like, it's so smooth. Like, it's so good. You could sit here and drink this thing all day. I mean, if you drank the whole bottle all day, you'd probably pass out and piss yourself, which isn't good, but this bottle is just awesome. It looks so cool. The top looks great. I mean, those marketing tips I gave Sazerac, you guys, you got to do it, man. I mean, you'd sell 7 times more product by doing that with the smallest investment, which is putting a little stamp there that says Caribou. That's it. And even if you just wanted to do just one coin, but put this, get rid of the sticker and put like what Kilhoman does on theirs. So this is what Kilhoman does. This is like a little metal coin, and each one has a different one on it, eh? And people collect the shit out of that stuff. They'll buy a bottle, and then they're super jazzed about getting that little coin. And people trade that stuff, you know, like, I've got a Mackier Bay one, okay, I'll trade you for the Saneg or whatever, you know. And if they did that with this, that would be collectible. People would collect that. And you could even do little draws, you know, like, hey, show us your Caribou Crossing coin and win some swag or whatever. So you got to buy the coin to get the swag, you know, and then take this and then do the same thing kind of Blanton's does and put the little caribou going, you know, across, you know, on its migratory, put that on a stave. And people will go crazy for that, man. I'm telling you. Works for Blanton's. It could easily work for this. People collect shit, you know. Whiskey people are, you know, are a little, you know, like, I mean, look behind me. I mean, that's not normal. That's totally not normal. So you're goddamn right, I'll buy 7 more bottles of that to get the Caribou Crossing stave, you know. Like, that would be freaking awesome. And then the little coin. People collect that stuff. It's so good. And it's so good. Like, this is just a small sampling of what I've got. I've got close to 700 freaking bottles of whiskey in my cellar. If you don't believe me, check out my cellar maintenance videos. I think there's 4 or 7 or something like that. There's about 7 videos of my wine cellar and my whiskey cellar. I do it every year. So check that out. You see what I got. And there'll be more coming because I get more bottles in all the time. So, and then other ones disappear because we drank them. But yeah, it's a whiskey thing, you know. People like that stuff. And man, if you like people, I mean, I got one more little guy here that I need to finish my Blanton's, and then I'm going to send that in. So if you had the Caribou Crossing, it's spelled Caribou, People buy that. I'm telling you. I come up with a lot of really, believe it or not, actually pretty good ideas for marketing. I've helped out quite a few different companies and different brands by coming up with marketing ideas for their stuff. And some of the people that I've told about and helped with, and they've gone on and implemented some of those changes that I've told them about, they're like, those are good ideas. Like, that totally worked. And they appreciated it. So you know, things like that kind of come to me. And I mean, if I would buy it and I would collect it, or if I would see something like that in a brand or something like that, that I would that if it was my company, I would do, you know, and I think it would work. And if it's something that I could see that would work, it usually works, because I'm not the only person out there that would think like that, you know. And I mean, that's a good example of the Caribou Crossing. I should do it. I should seriously do it. And I could handle some Caribou Crossing swag. I had to pour myself another little bottle of this.
Here, man. I'm on here.
Bottle, another little glass of this. This is just so good. Really, really good stuff. But anyway, that is it. So we started in Canada for Canada Day. We had the wildlife, the sherry cask that I picked up with the little booze cruise here with little Toddy Jensen on Comic-Con, and I did some YouTubing out there as well. So I was brought out there to do some YouTubing. So we made it into a booze cruise event and a Comic-Con event. So that was really cool. So we started with that, and then we went to Macaloni's, Invermelly, Caledonian, and we went to that bad boy there out in Vancouver Island. And then we went down to the States and went down to Kentucky and went to the 1792 to celebrate July the 4th. And we finished with the Old Forester. And then we brought Canada and the US together once again in an awesome friendship and awesome whiskey making and awesome partnership here with some Caribou Crossing. So what a fun and good way to end. And I hope you like that. Let me know if this is something you guys are interested in. If I was to dram out some of these bottles here for you guys, put together a little sampling set. If that's something you guys want, just put the description below. Just say, yeah, totally do it, or yeah, I like that. And let me know if you've tried any of these. And if you have, what do you think of them? And do you think, if it was you and you saw this and it spelled caribou, would you guys buy this? Like, let me know. Like I'd really be interested in what you guys think of that. And I'll definitely be passing your comments on to Sazerac. And if we can get enough people saying, yeah, we would do it, maybe, you know, you never know, they might do it. So I think it'd be kind of cool. But anyway, for a chance to win, if we do these giveaways and any of my giveaways that I'm going to be giving away, we've got some, like I said, we've got some really, really, really great Truth Malters and Cavalan working on. We got a couple watches, we got some pens, we got some more swag, we've got the cigar humidor that we're going on. We've got all kinds of giveaways. So for a chance to win any and all of those giveaways, all you got to do is like and subscribe to this channel, and then go over to my Instagram at Whisky, Cigars, and Bond. Give me a like and a follow there, and you guys will be in for a chance to win everything and anything that I've got to give away to you guys. And I love doing giveaways, so and I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. We are going on like crap, like over half an hour here, so thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. We'll do a lot more day drinking and celebrating and all kinds of stuff, so we're gonna have a lot of fun here, guys. So thanks for everything. I appreciate it like heck. You guys mean everything to me. You really honestly do. And hope you have a great day. Hope you had a great Canada Day. Hope you had a great 4th of July. And I love you guys. I really, really honestly do. So thanks again. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more videos like this coming out. And share this with anybody that you may have thinks there's some sort of value in this. And we'll talk to you real soon. And have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. And cheers.
What are you rocking there? Is that a mustard glass?
Yeah.
That's hardcore.